Coming up on News 2, across the nation, law enforcement officers have been celebrating National Police Week on May 15th. Police officers paused to remember their fallen comrades during a Peace Officer Memorial Service. Wallaby Hospital employees were celebrating today, and not just because they're at the end of National Hospitals Week. CEO Dr. Kendall Griffith addressed staff members with the good news that the hospital's lab got a glowing report from the Joint Commission. Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, across the nation, law enforcement officers have been celebrating National Police Week. Every year on May 15th, police officers pause to remember their fallen comrades during a Peace Officer Memorial Service. News 2's Erica Parsons has highlights from the local ceremony.
A parade of officers paid respect to their fallen comrades Friday at 3 St. Croix cemeteries where the officers lay. With shined boots and dress blues, VI police officers saluted the policemen who fell in the line of duty. Police Commissioner Delroy Richards laid a wreath at each gravesite, talking about the officers he knew personally and offering continued condolences to the families present. 15 officers died in the line of duty since 1963. Each name is read during roll call at the annual Peace Memorial Service.
Patrolman Leopold Fredericks, Virgin Islands Police Department. End of watch, Wednesday, August 28, 1963.
Patrolman Cuthbert Ezekiel Chapman, Virgin Islands Police Department. End of watch, Monday, April 26, 2004.
Patrolman Calvin Georges, Virgin Islands Police Department. End of watch, Saturday, September 29, 2012.
The firearms squad did a 21-gun salute in their honor. Then law enforcement officials laid a wreath for all the fallen officers as a bugler played taps. Officers pinned yellow roses on the family members of the fallen. Finally, poems, prayers, and songs were shared in memory of those officers who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Events wrap up with a Criminal Investigation Bureau Crucian pig roast at the Altoona Lagoon Complex in Gallows Bay and a golf tournament. Now on Monday, the Office of Highway Safety and the Virgin Islands Police Department will discuss the launch of the Click It or Ticket national campaign. We'll have some details. Well, on St. Thomas, VIPD officers will have a similar event. And as we mentioned, there's a prayer breakfast on Saturday at the Farrelly Justice Center, Sunday at church service at Wesley Methodist Church, and here's some more details.
We have some local ministers will be pastoring. We have praise dancers. We also will be having different psalmists singing. So come on out and enjoy yourself on the Saturday, this Saturday at 7:30 a.m. to about 10 o'clock.
Back on Monday, where we'll be at the grave site, Western Cemetery #1. We'll be there for all our fallen soldiers, all our officers, past, present, from the beginning of time. We'll be there laying wreaths and also taking care of them, letting the family know that we do miss them and we did appreciate the job they did. It's the oldest but goodies here at the Yacht Haven Grand. It starts at 7 p.m. and ends at 12 a.m. It will be a blast. Come as you are. Come dressed in the 70s. Give us a performance. Show us how it is to just relax and enjoy the police department on Police Week with the Virgin Islands Police Department.
Meanwhile, on Wednesday, the best of the best police officers were recognized during VIPD Stella Awards on St. Croix. The categories were the Medal of Honor, Wounded at Combat, Police Combat Cross, Exceptional Service Award, Honorable Service Award, and the Morale Booster Award. Detective Sergeant Anthony Hector won 4 of those awards, with the exception of Honorable Service Award and Morale Booster Award. He was recognized for his efforts in April last year when he confronted 5 suspects in a gun battle and was shot in the back. 10 other officers received recognition for their service, and 1 civilian was awarded for their service. On Wednesday, May 13th at roughly 8:40 p.m., the 911 emergency call center received notification of a robbery. According to police, it occurred in the vicinity of the Canebrake Apartments. The victim, a resident of Canebrake Apartments, stated that he was in the Canebrake apartment area when he was approached by a slim black male with a cloth covering his face. The unknown man brandished a gun and pointed it at the victim as he took a gold chain from him. The victim also indicated that the suspect fired a shot as he was leaving the area. The victim was not injured. Detectives continue to investigate. Well, Governor Mapp has proclaimed May 17th, this Sunday, as Crime and Gun Violence Prevention Day, the day of the 12th annual Walk Run Against Violence. The event, which starts at 4 p.m. at the Coast Guard dock on St. Thomas, aims to raise the community's awareness on the dangers of violence and to raise monies for a scholarship fund. To pre-register, you can go to vimothersagainstguns.org. Here's more.
The purpose and intent of the Walk Run Against Gun Violence is to prevent gun violence of our young people being gunned down for no reason. And this is the reason why. This is a homicide list of all of the murders that took place in the Virgin Islands.
Every year we do it because we're trying to reduce the level of violence. Now, frequently people say that it's just gang members killing themselves that's going on, but that's not true. Innocent people are losing their lives.
The crime prevention of the VI Police Department and the Coral Bay Community Council are co-hosting a community meeting to discuss crime prevention measures. That's on Wednesday, May 27th, from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Caribbean Oasis restaurant in Coral Bay. The meeting is particularly targeted to the local business owners and their concerns. Everyone, however, is welcome. Light refreshments will be served. Well, a little after 5 p.m. Friday, WAPA took a switch out of service in the Mafali area and isolated a pole because of a fire that broke out. The action, which was done to protect the distribution system, caused service interruption to about 1,240 customers. Fire service came on the scene and controlled the blaze. WAPA spokesperson John Griot said they should be able to restore service as of 6:15 p.m. Areas affected are from Pilgrims Terrace to Mafali Hotel, Skyline Drive north to Peterborg Point, and Skyline Drive east to Hometown Convenience. Juan Luis Hospital employees were celebrating Friday, and not just because they're at the end of National Hospitals Week. CEO Dr. Kendall Griffith addressed staff members with the good news that the hospital's lab got a glowing report from the Joint Commission, who was there this week for a surprise visit. Renowned artist Pressure performed as a surprise for the employees.
When they survey the lab, they go through the entire hospital as well. And we got glowing remarks from them, so we remain Joint Commission certified with the lab. The lab staff did an excellent job. The surveyor had wonderful things to say. She used the words impressive and excellent.
Congratulations to the Juan Luis Hospital staff. Senator Novell Francis Jr. called on Governor Kenneth Mapp in other news to respect the legislature's authority as he considers the executive order to merge the Bureau of Information Technology and the Virgin Islands Next Generation Network. According to published reports, the proposed merger will improve first responder communication. Francis says that changes to government agencies and operations should not be made in an arbitrary manner without thorough vetting by the Virgin Islands legislature. He says while there may be advantages to merging BIT and VINGN, these actions should be undertaken with transparency as well as the full understanding and authorization of the legislature. He is hopeful that the governor will bring the matter to the legislature. Turning our attention overseas, in an update, 12 Boston jurors agreed that convicted Boston bomber Jahar Sarnav should pay for his crimes with his life. Sarnav was found guilty of all 30 charges against him in connection with the 2013 marathon bombings and aftermath. He was convicted of murdering 8-year-old Martin Richard, 23-year-old Lindsay, 29-year-old Crystal Campbell, and MIT police officer Sean Collier. His lawyers plan to appeal the death sentence, an exhausting process many victims and their families were hoping to avoid. Keeping our eye on the economy, here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, the Dow up 20, Nasdaq down 2, S&P up 1. Coming up on News 2, we remember June Archibald, whose recent passing has left many saddened. We explore how she has made a difference in the Virgin Islands. Well, friends and family members mourned the passing of local icon June Archibald. With a memorial service set for Saturday, 10 a.m. at Wesleyan Holiness, we look back at June's life as seen through the eyes of her friends. News 2's April Knight has that story.
She was effervescent. I mean, she just had so many ideas about things she wanted to do.
This effervescent soul was June Archibald, whose recent passing left many friends shocked and crushed. The Trinidadian turned VI community icon began her career as PR director at the Department of Education. She also hosted her own radio talk show with her signature voice.
June had a beautiful voice. I mean, she had a beautiful voice. The recording for the Department of Education, even when she left the department, they had the same recording on for years after she left.
June's life changed when she learned she had throat cancer, a challenge that would have crushed a weaker soul, but according to June's friends, that just wasn't her style.
The remarkable thing was that every corner, June just continued pushing. And it was something remarkable to witness.
June turned to farming and food, producing natural preserves from local fruits and herbs.
It was an interesting transition because it was almost spiritual. She'd come down in the middle of the day and she'd have a few bottles, a few jars, and she said, okay, I want you all to taste this. Taste the product, tell me what it is, you know? And we go, okay. This could be Guinness.
Senator Roach is just one of June Archibald's many, many friends. Her Facebook page is a veritable grieving wall, filled with messages from people whose lives she touched.
The message I would take from June is probably to grow more a sense of gratitude.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
On behalf of all of us here at News 2, we send our condolences. Older Americans Senior Citizens Month events continue. The VI Department of Human Services is taking the lead to recognize those in our community 50 years and older. Now, there was a parade on Tuesday on St. Thomas yesterday. There was a health expo on St. Croix at the Canagata. Now, many were out at Megan's Bay Beach today. Coming up Sunday, St. John, there's a church service at the Grace Mount Zion. Then on Wednesday, May 20th, St. Thomas and St. Croix, movie day. That's at 1 p.m. Then Thursday, May 21st, St. Thomas, there will be a health expo at the Tutu Park Mall. Friday, May 22nd, beach jamboree on St. Croix at the Frederickstead Pool. May 26th, St. Thomas Citizenship Day. And then May 30th, the senior parade on St. Croix. Tourism Week recognition continues. Tomorrow, May 16th, there's a territory-wide roadside cleanup. Efforts will be underway. Meet around 7 a.m. and cleanup continues until 11 a.m. Organizers say, show your island pride, your VI pride, and come prepared. Come with long pants, closed shoes, hats, sunscreen, and gloves. Free t-shirts and water will be provided to all volunteers. That's on St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. Here are the zones and meeting areas. If you take a look there on St. Croix, Frederickstead Town, Frederickstead Beachfront, Christiansted and Airport Road. And then St. Thomas, it's downtown Charlotte-Amalie, Subbase, Airport, Long Bay, Smith Bay, Red Hook, and Belongo, as well as Bovoni. On St. John, it's in the Cruz Bay and Coral Bay areas. More than 100 Virgin Islands students in grades K through 12, kindergarten to 12, will be competing to see who is the best of the best. The district STEM fair for the St. Thomas St. John district will take place Tuesday, May 19th. To Friday, May 22nd at the University of the Virgin Islands Sports and Fitness Center. The St. Croix District STEM Fair is on May 21st to the 22nd in the Virgin Islands Cardiac Conference Center at the Juan Luis Hospital. Presentation and judging, that's on May 21st. Award ceremony, May 22nd. The presentations will showcase original student work in a wide range of technology and science topics, including the creation of computer apps and games. Count to keep you updated. Hundreds of nominees in hundreds of categories competed for votes, and now the Virgin Islands Daily News reveals the winners in the Best of the VI annual Readers Poll by voting for the Virgin Islands businesses, places, and people who deserve to be recognized as the best, such as real estate agencies, mechanics, restaurants, and even media. While some are nominated, businesses are encouraged to participate by claiming their listing and selecting the categories in which they really shine. Now, that edition will be included in Monday's Daily News. We don't want to give it all away, so be sure to pick up your copy. After 4 years of service, Holy Cross Catholic Church pastors Father John and Father Wesley are leaving. The two are heading to other assignments within the Catholic faith. Father John Juszak presided over St. Mary's Catholic School's Mass for the last time on Thursday morning. His parting words to the students were two Latin words, ora and labora, which means pray and work. That was his message to the students. Pray always and study hard. He also told them to be respectful and love one another. Father John will officially leave Holy Cross in June. Now be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.